France, Italy and Belgium have just obtained 3 more months to present a detailed calendar of budget reforms. Commissioner Pierre Moscovici outlined the Commission's new approach to MEPs. We met 2 of them, Elisa Ferreira from the Socialists and Democrats and Esther de Lange from the European People's Party, to speak about the situation in the Eurozone. So, have the Stability Pact rules been respected?
It's a matter of credibility and trust in the European Union and in the European Commission. And the answer that was asked to the Commissioner about on the basis of what legal ground have you given this extra time, no real clear answer was given to that question. So for me, the question mark remains, and that's not a good thing. We need clarity here very quick.
This is exactly the interpretation of the rules. We have got to use to the full the margin of maneuver that is allowed, because we are in a serious economic downturn and in exceptional circumstances. So it is an obligation of the Commission to use the flexibility that is embodied in the legal texts, to use it in these circumstances.
So what room for manoeuvre should national governments have in relaunching economic growth?
Our economy hasn't recovered yet. So we need to stick to the rules that we agree to, while at the same time, and the Juncker Commission is doing this, seeing how we can stimulate investments, but not public money, money that is actually coming from the private sector.
Can we stay for longer in this stagnant economic situation? Prices are falling down. There is no recipe for this. So this calls for an emergency action from the side of fiscal policy. So all the member states should be told by the Commission to say, okay, you start investing, you start slowing down the adjustment process as foreseen in the legal texts.
Should Germany be putting in greater investment as the EU's leading economy?
Germany is a major player. We don't need to repeat it. But it cannot play its power only in the benefit of its own citizens, because German citizens have benefited and benefit from the stability of the single currency, from the internal market, an open market. And when there is a crisis, we have got to look at the whole of the Union and not to the internal affairs.
I don't think it's a good thing to focus the debate only on the German investment question, if that means that other member states are not implementing the structural reforms that they have to do. It should be a balance. And every member state should play its role. And what I see in this debate too often is that there is a focus on one, or there's a focus of 2 to let maybe others off the hook. And that's not my way of doing politics. All member states have to be on board.
Next year we'll see a review of the 2-pack and 6-pack. What would you like to see change?
Maybe we should take a bit more time to have a thorough review of the 6 and the 2-pack, and that is what we're going to do the next couple of months. One of the 3 elements that I can already confirm of what we will be looking at is, of course, this democratic legitimacy or the ownership and the transparency of how decisions are taken. That will be a key part of the report.
You cannot go on adjusting public investment and expenditure, private investment and expenditure, and doing this in all the member states at the same time. Then you end up without any source, any oxygen for the economy.